let's just start with a double shoulder shrug. So both shoulders go way up and then back a little bit and down. So a lot of times I suggest writing yourself a little Post-it note and sticking it on the corner of your computer that says shoulders back and down, because this is exactly what you want to do when you're typing on a computer. And it's very easy to forget. All right, big inhale, arms go up. Hi, Irina, great to see you. You have a nice little crew today. I love it. All right, reach all the way over. I literally grab onto one wrist and pull. It gives you a little more traction. You should feel it throughout your whole side body. And then really big up through the center, over the other way. So maybe switch your hands. Keep pulling, keep pulling. We're gonna do that again. This time we drop one hand. Give yourself a little IT band massage right down your leg. Keep reaching. And then other side. IT band massage. And then clasp your hands together. Big circle all the way down to the ground and up, and then reverse the circle for the next one. Down the other way. Let's do one more in each direction. This is a nice one for a lot of different reasons. Lower back, hamstrings, shoulders even. All right, when you come on up, stay up. Let's do some pull down squats, a little bit of everything here. So when we squat down, pull the elbows, push them back, stand up. You could do this in so many different ways. You could make it really fluid, or you could do it in parts. I'm happy for any of them. Let's do two more. On this last one, come down and hold it down here for just a second. Pull the elbows down, like freeze as if you can't move, still as a statue. And now stand all the way up. Nice job. All right, shake everything out, shake the arms, shake the legs. Let's just do a big twist. Jello arms, let them kind of flop wherever they want to. Again, really nice for the back, just to have a little bit of that rotation. Beautiful. And then let's do one more and then we'll get to core. Hands behind the head, feet a little bit shoulder width apart, a little bit wider. And then just dip forwards for a good morning. Wake up the hamstrings. We'll do 5 to 10 of these, making sure you're hinging back at the hips. Hamstrings are the back part of the leg. Think about that part doing the lifting here. And I really don't care how low you can go. That has to do with hamstring flexibility. Maybe you only get a little bit far, that's fine. Let's do one more. That's fine. All right, come on down. We have our 3 core exercises are all prone, meaning face down. So the first one's on our hands and knees. A lot of times I save that for core, or for glutes, but we're gonna do that right here. So this is the wonky airplane. We're gonna switch sides. Right arm and left leg go out, so opposite sides go out, and then to the side and back, and then you switch. So I'm staring straight at the ground right next to my hand, and I'm thinking my arm and my leg are connected. All right, so imagine that you've got like a broomstick attached from your fingertip to your toes, and that is staying in one line. All right, go for it. I'm moving my head just so I can see you guys a little bit. Nice job. But ideally, my head would be staring straight at the ground. And you're switching every time. You put your hand and leg back down, then go on to the other side. You'll feel this a lot in your lower back. We have a lot of lower back exercises. Let's get one more in. Last one. Beautiful. All right, so the next one is a modified plank. So you can see my knees right now are directly under my hips. For a modified plank, they're going to move back. My hands remain under my shoulders, but my knees move back. And all I do is pull one arm up and then the other. I made it sound really simple, didn't I? It's a big move. Go ahead and try it. If that feels just like too much, you have a couple options. You can do an inch off the ground. It doesn't have to be all the way up to the armpit like I was doing. Or you can also walk your knees in just a little bit to make it easier. You're like, Sid, that's so easy. Try it in a full plank. You can do that as well. Okay, any version work. We only have about 10 seconds left. Whether you're modified or full, your goal is for your hips not to move side to side. So one more in on each side. And the last one is all the way in our belly. I call it a prone snow angel. So you're gonna go all the way on your belly, hands are out. You lift everything up, lift the legs, lift the arms, go into a snow angel, arms out, legs out, bring it back and rest. Everything up, snow angel, back, rest. All right, go for it, on repeat. Proper my stopwatch there. So this one you'll feel a ton in the lower back. If you get any cramps, sometimes the lower back gets like really tight. Just go into a child's pose and stretch it out. And as you're doing this, your head is neutral. So you're just staring at the ground. Not too exciting, but your forehead's an inch or two off the ground. That's it. All right, relax. Just take a second. Push yourself into child's pose. Bring your butt all the way to your heels. Wiggle from right to left. We have 2 more rounds. Again, we know this is a lot on the lower back. All right, let's do that first one again, the wonky airplane. So I'll do that one in this direction this time. Get ready, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Go for it. Extend out. Your leg and your arm remain parallel to the ground the whole time. And ideally, they're communicating with each other. That's the hardest part, right? One limb wants to move faster than the other. You have to either slow down or speed up to match them. Belly button stays lifted the whole time. My guess is that's happening automatically because this one requires so much attention. Get one more in. Beautiful. All right, go into your modified plank. Knees go back. Start to row. Just pulling the hand towards the armpit. Maybe you get just an inch or two off the ground again. Doesn't have to be all the way. Nice job. If you're curious if you can do it in a full plank, just try it. Do one and then put your knees back down. My knees are at least 12 inches apart. If they were right together, this probably wouldn't go as well. I definitely would tilt a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Go into that snow angel. Channel your inner 5-year-old. Fly all the way down, hands in front. Lift everything. Snow angel, back and down. You can bring your arms as far as you want. You can hit yourself in the thighs if you want, or just bring them a few inches down. Up to you. Ten more seconds, friends. Close your eyes if that feels good. Get one more snow angel in. Beautiful. And then let's just do a nice big back stretch before we go on. Flip over onto your back. First, make yourself into a little ball. So grab under your legs or maybe on top of your shins and just get really small. Wiggle a little bit right to left. And then let both knees fall to one side. Look away from that side and reach your arms away from that side. Take a few deep breaths. Big exhale. And then slowly bring the knees through the middle over to the other side. Same thing, look away. All right, let's start our last round of core. Our glutes are on our side after this, so our knees don't have to take any more beating after this. All right, wonky airplane, go for it. If you want, maybe try doubles this time. So bring the hand and leg out 2 times. Up to you. Sometimes it's nice just to have a little variety. Imagine you are balancing a tray of martinis or of hot tea right on your tailbone. You do not want to spill it. About 10 seconds left. I'm finding the doubles to be quite a bit harder than I imagined. All right, go into the plank, the modified plank. Bring the knees back. Start to row. When you do this row, don't let the shoulder, the top part of the shoulder, hike up to your ear. Keep it down and back. So the hand is kind of touching that top rib. You're exhaling every time an arm goes up. Squeeze your glutes, even though your lower half isn't doing a ton, it's keeping you up. So squeeze your glutes. 3 more seconds. 2, 1, all the way down. Last snow angel of the morning. If you want to make this harder, come up and do the snow angels without resting your head. I think when I do that, I generally get a little bit of a cramp in my lower back. So I'm going to do 3 or 4 short rest and then go back into it. See how that goes for me. You're welcome to do the same. Make a really purposeful exhale every time. Your lungs are a little bit squashed on this one, so really try your hardest to do a nice deep breath. We're done in 3, 2, 1. Just relax. Take a little pillow with your hand. Take a second. Maybe push into the ground. Stretch your back out this way, and then fold into a child's pose. We're going to do glutes after this on our side. We didn't have any planking. You might have noticed that, no planking. So we are going to start in a side plank, modified side plank. Have a sip of water. All right, set yourself up. Draw your imaginary line down the mat. Elbow goes on it, hip goes on it. Both knees, bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight. And let's start by coming up and just doing a little leg lift. 30 seconds here. Little leg lift. It sounds like it'll be so easy in this position. We know it's not. Leg is lifting 6 inches up. It doesn't have to be more than that. Body's really long. Arm can go overhead or up towards the ceiling. In 10 seconds, we're going to stack our knees on top of each other. And we'll do a little moving clamshell. All right, go ahead and do that. Stack your knees. So top knee bends as well. Hip comes down, back up, clamshell. Hip goes down, back up, top knee comes up. All right, so we're just doing a little moving clamshell. If this feels like too much, you're going to drop your hip and do the clamshell from here. 10 more seconds of this one, and then we'll lie all the way down. Get one more in. Good. Lie all the way down. Make a pillow with your hand. Make sure you're all the way down, not propped up. So you're all the way down. Plant your top hand in front of you and just swing your knee towards your elbow and then kick it out. Knee to elbow, kick it out. 30 seconds here and we switch sides. If your flexibility does not allow for your knee to connect with your elbow, don't worry about it. Just let it go towards. Nice big exhale every time you kick that leg out. We have 7 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's take a second before we move on to the next side. Tuck your knees up and bring your hands together like you're pretending to be an alligator. And then open up that top arm. Do a big lower back stretch, chest stretch maybe. Both palms are on the ground ideally, if your body does that. And then slowly make your way to the other side. I will try my best to remember that stretch on this other side. So we start with that imaginary line. Elbow goes on, hip goes on, both knees go on, bottom knee is bent. Take a nice deep breath. Make sure your elbow is right under your shoulder. A lot of times it creeps out just a little, and that's a strain on the rotator cuff. So elbows right underneath, hip goes up, clock is starting for that little leg lift. Already rep number 1 feels challenging for me. We know we've got 90 seconds. Close your eyes, pull your belly button in, drop your shoulders. Think about just what we're doing right now. Don't think about later. Don't think about what happened this morning. Just think about how much your butt hurts. We only have 10 more seconds in this exercise. Nice deep breath. Lift your leg one more time and then stack it on top of the other. Adjust if you need to. Elbow goes down. Nope. Hip goes down. Hip goes up. Clamshell. Down, up, clam. Down, up, clam. Long body. Ooh, it's getting nice and spicy. This is a challenge for me. I appreciate it so much. If things weren't challenging, we'd never get stronger or improve our balance or our strength. Get one more and lie all the way down. Top arm comes in, top knee connects, then kicks. Connect and kick. Nice purposeful breathing. Big inhale, big exhale. If we were in the same room, I should absolutely hear each inhalation and each exhalation. Ooh, we're getting close. Less than 10 seconds. Just keep moving. I know it burns. Move, move, move. Last kick, relax. Awesome. All right, let's do that stretch. I remembered. Tuck the knees up, make your alligator. Big open. Both knuckles on the ground if your body allows. And then let's just do one more. Lie flat on your back and get your knees and feet about a foot apart and just roll from side to side. So the knees like kind of windshield wiper from right to left. You don't have to have too much structure to this. Just get a little movement in the lower back. All right, stand on up. Grab one dumbbell. If you have an option for a heavier dumbbell, grab that one. I'm grabbing a 5-pounder. This is a nice compound movement, a nice one to start with. So hug the weight to your chest. If you're not using weight, just put your hands on your chest. Feet are 12 inches apart. We squat and push the weight out, and then pull it back in. That's the whole enchilada. Go for it. Squat, push the weight out, pull it back in. You could certainly use 2 lighter dumbbells and just keep your arms parallel to each other. Or you can do the one like I am, or none. I love compound movements. I find them to be so efficient and really good for our body neurologically to connect, for our brain to go, all right, the lower is moving, the upper is moving, let's put it all together. Ooh, get one more in. And done. All right, grab your other dumbbell if you only had one. We have a bit of a pattern here. This is going to be isometric biceps with balance. The third exercise will be isometric triceps with balance. So bring your hands and your weights up at a right angle. This doesn't move. This just stays like this. And now we bring our right knee up and give the gentlest tap on the ground, like you're touching the top of an egg. Only 15 seconds and we'll switch sides. I kind of noticed I started to hunch my shoulders as I was doing this. Something about it, but there's a lot of movement. So just the arms stay nice and still. The leg is moving. Go ahead and switch legs. Take a second to get balanced on this side as you lift and lower. So even though the left leg is doing all the moving, the right leg has a tremendous amount of work because it's holding us up. Get one more. Beautiful. Relax. We're going to have a similar pattern on this one. We pitch forwards, arms go up and stay up. And then the right leg is just going to lift. I'm actually going to twist my hands so that my pinkies are facing the ceiling. That just feels a little more comfortable. And I'm just lifting for 15 seconds. The first thing I notice is that this feels harder on my arms. Switch sides. The back side of the body is almost never as strong as the front. So the triceps just are not as strong as the biceps are. So for me, this is a lot harder. If you need to, drop your weights or adjust them. If you don't need to, you're just going to get stronger for you. Last one, take a second, relax, have some water, shake your legs out. That last one was a lot on the glutes. That's a good thing. It's just hard. All right, sip of water. Drop one dumbbell. Hug it to your chest. And begin. Squat down, press it out, stand up. I do like holding one dumbbell. Think about squeezing it from end to end, like you're trying to make it shorter. We know that's not going to happen, but it'll contract your muscles in a really nice way. I like using one dumbbell because it forces your arms to be parallel. One more after this. Oh, that's getting hard. Beautiful. Pick up the other weight. All right, bend at the elbows. Elbows stay clamped down to your body and the arms do not move. Now, start to lift your leg. I'm going to start on my left so that it gets a chance to be first. Drop the shoulders. The lightest tap possible. One more. Switch sides. Get really tall as you're doing this. Balance is almost always improved when we get really tall. We don't want to lock out a joint, but extend as much as possible. And done. All right. Your choice for the triceps if you want your hands like this, where your palms are facing the ceiling, or rotated where your pinkies are facing the ceiling. I'm going with pinkies, up to you. Start to lift your left leg, same idea, where you lift and just tap the lightest little tap on the floor. Lift your arms a little higher. I'm definitely speaking to myself as well as to you. Get one more lift, switch sides. Lift and lower. Don't let the arms drop. Again, speaking to myself. One more leg lift and relax. Put the weights down so you have a real break for your grip strength. This is a lot of holding dumbbells today. Shake your arms out. Shake your legs out. Grab some water, and then we do it all one more time. All right. If you haven't been using a dumbbell and you want to try it, now's a good time. Let's go to doubles on this one. So it's going to be a little harder on our legs. We'll do 2 presses. It'll look like this. We go down, press 1, press 2, and stand. Go ahead and join me. 1, 2. All the weight is on your heels. I almost just stepped backwards a little bit, losing my balance. That's good. It tells me all my weight's in the right place. Back on my heels. Compress the dumbbell, squeeze it from end to end. Make this the last one, and it's done. Grab the other one. For this one, let's just flip so that our thumbs are up, more like a hammer curl hold. So thumbs are up, and then we drive the knee up, back down. If you want just a little variety, open the arms. The elbows stay clamped, but you can open the hands just a little. Last one. Elbows stay where they are, switch legs. Don't break your eggs. No scrambled eggs here, just tap, so light. Get one more. Beautiful. Pitch forwards for triceps. Arms go up. One leg goes back, 15 seconds of tapping. Go for it. It is so hard for me to remember to keep my arms up. I guess that means the weight's heavy for me right now. But just try your best. Switch legs. Keep tension on the muscles of the arms as you balance. It's a lot. You guys are awesome. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. I'm putting my 5 pounds down and grabbing my 3s. Have a sip of water. We'll do the littlest bit of arms and maybe some calf work too. We haven't done that in a while. Let's start with calves. So weight in each hand. Right now, feet are parallel, 2 inches apart. Roll the shoulders a few times. And then end with them down and back. Kind of stick your chest out like you're really exaggerating perfect posture, chin up. And just start with a nice little half raise. Every time you go up the glutes, squeeze. Arms are just the tiniest bit behind you. And that forces you into a better posture than when your hands are here. You just think hands back. It usually does the right thing for your shoulders. All right, so calves are gonna be on fire in a moment. Mine are already there, but we're gonna keep going. Let's add a side raise with this. So as we go up, arms go out to the side and back down. It looks like we're trying to take flight. Nice big exhale. Ooh, let's do 2 more. And then we'll keep with this idea, just change the position a little bit. All right, stop for a second. Heels towards each other, like we're little ballerinas. And then let's do our arms on the same kind of diagonal trajectory. So I'm putting the dumbbells right on my quads. And as I go up, I lift the arms back down. Nice job. This is so fun to watch everyone doing. It looks like we're all just trying our hardest to fly. Remember, the shoulders stay down here, belly button stays in. No matter what, we've got only a minute and a half left of work. So as much as your legs are burning or arms are burning, we're very close to the end. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll do our last position change. Good. All right, relax. Now here's the wonky one, toes in. And let's see, let's keep our hands down, but just do a really exaggerated outward rotation. So arms are out, maybe just like 5 inches off the legs, and then we go straight up and back down. Try and squeeze the glutes here. It's almost harder in this position to find it. Bend your elbows a little bit if that locked out position is not comfortable. Ooh, calves are screaming at me. Let's do 10 more, a little faster now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, go, go, go. 2, 1, we're done. We're done. Nice job, everybody. Shake the legs out. Put the weights down. We're done with those. Let's stretch on the ground. I want to get to the calves right away. We're going to do 1 knee down and 1 leg push back, as if you're like kind of like a sprinter about to start, but we're not going to sprint. I just want to put some pressure on this back leg. You can absolutely double your mat up so that that knee gets a little more support. And you're just pushing back on that leg for the calf. And then switch sides, pull that knee in, other leg goes back. And then come back to the center on both knees. If this bothers your knees, you can absolutely stand up. We're gonna do a little oblique stretch. So arms go up, just reach over and through the middle, other side. Let's do 1 more each way. Then we'll do our hips in this position, which is, for me at least, always necessary. Many people have tight hips. It's part of just forward leaning posture. All right, take your right leg, plant it down, start to move forwards. We'll just go forwards and back. Ideally straightforward. I just saw my knee go way out to the side. Probably better if they just stay straightforward so I get a better hip stretch. Squeeze your back glute. On the next one, come forwards and stay forwards. So really squeeze that back glute and then sweep both arms all the way up. Hold this for a good deep breath. And now reach towards that front leg side. You can drop a hand if it reaches the ground and that feels good. And then switch sides. Other knee down, we're just moving forwards and back for a moment or two. This is a good stretch. I would encourage you to do another time throughout the day. Again, you can do it standing. You don't have to be on your knee. But especially if you're someone who spends some time in a chair, the hips tend to get tight. All right, come forwards. Squeeze that back glute. Both arms go up, deep breath here. Reach over, drop a hand if you want. And come on out of it. We're gonna do our next stretch. I'm gonna stand for this one. Start by just making a little circle with the right hand. Just actively get that right hand going. And it's just a touch behind you. Instead of right next to you, it's just a touch behind you. Then we take the left hand, left ear to left shoulder, really thinking about dropping that left shoulder. Turn your head up and then open and close your mouth a few times. Big jaw and neck stretch. And then turn your head down, look towards your shoe or the floor or your foot. And then relax. Shake everything out. Now start to churn the butter on the other side, just slightly behind you. Bring the hand over. Turn the head up. Open and close the mouth a few times. Pin the head down. And relax. Shake the arms out. Last stretch of the morning. Both hands behind the head, elbows really wide. Arch just a bit and look up. And then pull everything in. Elbows come in, chin to chest. If your elbows make it down to your knees, great. Stay here for a deep breath. And then exhale and slowly lift up. Take a good 15 seconds or even more. Slow, slow, slow. Stack one vertebrae on top of the next and